Alice is in love with the Mad Hatter, did you know? The Red Queen got the news yesterday, and now they're running far away. Alice is in love with the Mad Hatter, did you know? They're from two worlds and absolutely mad, but being crazy isn't always bad. They're one step away from reality. They know how to count an infinity. They're the craziest couple in history, and they know how to build up a castle with their dreams, how to move down the walls and be free. They rely on each other completely.
Showing off, don't wanna have to wait tonight. Wait tonight, better off, I'm gonna find my way tonight. Wait tonight, won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrow. Just come to me, we'll make a new tomorrow. Talk to me, one night to find the answer. Talk to me, what makes this heart beat faster?
Alice is in love with the Mad Hatter, did you know? The Red Queen got the news yesterday, and now they're running far away. Alice is in love with the Mad Hatter, did you know? They're from two worlds and absolutely mad, but being crazy isn't always bad. They're one step away from reality. They know how to count an infinity. They're the craziest couple in history, and they know how to build up a castle with their dreams, how to move down the walls and be free. They rely on each other completely. They're in love, so let them be just as crazy as they should be, just as mad as we all are when we are in love. Can't you see? Nothing can stop their victory. The war is over. Mad love beats hate and logic. Who needs logic? Alice is in love with the Mad Hatter, did you know? They brought warmth into a cold world, changed it all with a single word. Alice is in love with the Mad Hatter, did you know? They build out their own universe,
I just can't believe I'm yours. Every day I look at you and I think I must have done something good to deserve you. I'm not superstitious, it's just a suspicion, but I feel it in my bones. I feel it ever since the day we met. I just knew I must have done something good to deserve you.
Perhaps I was the doctor saving people's lives in danger.
Oh yeah, I must have done something good.
Perhaps I was a pirate and I donated my treasure.
Oh yeah, I must have done something good.
Or maybe I was kinda low, rewinded all my videos.
Oh yeah, I must have done something good.
Well, anyway, I hope that you don't think that I'm delirious.
Oh yeah, I must have done something good.
'Cause baby, when we kiss, I feel that sort of bliss I didn't really think exists.
I feel it,
Call it what you like, I don't really mind, as long as it's something good with you, baby.
I must have.
원래 개들이
개들이? 개 맛있어.
아니야 그런 거.
개 추천.
저는 마법사랍니다. 한번 해줘.
저는 마법사입니다.
한번 줘.
저는 마법사입니다.
오 장난 아닌데? 한 번 더.
아 이상한 거 시키지 마. 저는
We're gonna do something